about your health? Do you know about your body? Do you know what to do and how to do it health-wise? Can you live a healthy life? Can we have healthy children? This is not a luxury, you've got to know health-wise. This is health-wise. This is health-wise. This is health-wise.
It is essential to care for your skin. And we all know that looking radiant is as a result of a good skin care. On today's episode of Healthwise, we have expertise to explicitly discuss skin care. You all are welcome to Healthwise. Welcome back. Now with me on set is a very fashionable cosmetologist and aesthetics dermatologist. And she's also the CEO of Be Natural Spa. Welcome with me, Mrs. Pamela Bello Olatunji. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much for having me.
And beside Mrs. Pamela is a beautiful damsel. Well, I'll call her a damsel because at her age, she still looks pretty young. She's the former SSG of Lagos State, Princess Adirele Adeniro Ogunsanya. It's so much adorable to have you on our show. Thank you so much. Mrs. Pamela, how does one determine the type of skin he or she has?
The skin you are born with, you are born with it.
Okay.
There is nothing you can do about the skin that you have, that you are born with.
Okay.
But you can begin to manage the problems that arise out of this type of skin that you have. So really at the end of the day is about management. Now, how do you determine the skin? How do you realize the skin that you're having, basically? Is the oily skin, the oiliness, if you're breaking out, if your skin is tight. So basically there are different things or maybe conditions that will arise. Then that will make you begin to question, oh my God, I have XYZ kind of skin. Do you? Dermatitis, for instance, if you have very, very dry skin, you will know because Harmattan will affect you more than it affects another person. Wrinkles will come in early. A lot of the problems that come with dry skin. If you have oily skin, on the other hand, you will see that you're constantly, especially on your T-zone, oiliness on your face, you're constantly needing the extra powder to make it look clean, and then you may also have acne.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Princess Adirele, how have you been able to maintain a beautiful skin at your age?
Well, I think it's the grace of God too.
Okay.
But I learned at an early age that the fairer your skin, the more problems you're likely to have with aging.
Wow.
So I've always had interest. I just try. I keep trying. Luckily, I had a mom and I had a stepmom who were very conscious of their appearance, and I learned little tips from them.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you very much. Back to Mrs. Pamela. What are the common mistakes that people make with respect to caring for their skin?
This is a very, very important question, really. As simple as it is, it is the foundation on which everything is built on.
Sure.
Skincare. Now, the common mistakes that I find, especially here, is people using products that are not skin type specific.
Okay.
If a product is not skin type specific, you are going to get the exact opposite of what your intentions are. Good. If, for instance, you have oily skin, for some reason, so somewhere down the line, you have been identified with oily skin. Or maybe you have not been identified with what your condition is. But I just see how beautiful you look. Or I see her And I'm like, oh my God, what are you using? And she tells me, and I go and I grab it. I have not checked what's her skin type, what's my skin type, and I'm using her product. Now, one thing, I know that I have dry skin, for instance, and I will do anything, by the way, to have oily skin. But that's another one. If she had oily skin, for instance, and I've grabbed her product, and I have oily skin, her intention for her usage of this particular product is to regulate sebum production, which is reduce the amount of oil that her skin produces.
Sure.
So everything she uses, from cleanser, toner, moisturizers, even her sunscreen, will be geared towards reducing oil.
Sure.
Now I have dry skin and I've grabbed her product, or just listened to her because she looks so beautiful, and I think I want to look like her, and I've gone and gotten the same thing. I am now taking away from me the little oil that I even have.
Sure.
Each time I use it, from cleansing, toning, moisturizing, I am taking away the little that nature gave me, which was why I have dry skin. So that's the most common mistake that people make when it comes to choosing skincare.
So what's the solution to this?
Education.
Sure.
Education. I think that everybody should, every once in a while, listen, I believe in if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Don't necessarily be going around looking for product, looking for stuff, but every once in a while, every woman at a certain age should ask questions, go to professional, go to skincare experts, find out what is it, where do I stand now? What do I need to move my skincare regimen to the next level? You cannot be using the same thing you were using when you were 18. When you become 30, you can't use the same things. When you become 50, when you become 60, the needs of your skin become different and become defined. At a certain age, we begin to go up to medical grade skincare for women. My daughter and I definitely cannot use the same kind because my needs are more now. I am older. Everything doesn't function the way it was functioning before. So the rate my skin turnover period is getting longer, I don't get new ones. Exfoliation is now a must for me, and a lot of other things that the product must contain now to be able to work for me. It is not in the products that my 24-year-old girl will wear, or even a 30-year-old woman will wear. The things I need is not in those products.
I would like Princess to contribute to this particular question.
I think she's right. You have to find first what kind of skin you have. I have a combination skin. I've noticed, as she rightly said as well, that as the changes have come, my skin too has, slowed down and changed. And so I keep, it's just something that I like doing. I would rather go out and look after my body than maybe buy a lot of clothes if I have extra. Because I think that a good body with a good face looks good in anything that you try to put on at times. So I have combination skin, and I think, but you know, times have changed. Women have become more conscious. But it's nice that we're sitting here today. There are young ladies here, and they should listen, and they should start early looking after themselves.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. A round of applause for my speakers. Now let's talk about the misconceptions about skincare, Mrs. Pamela.
First of all, the biggest misconception about a good skincare product, for instance, is that if it does not contain a bleaching agent, if it cannot lighten you, then it is probably not working or it is not good for you. That is something we need to address and work on on a higher level with a lot of people. And another big one also is the one where women, for some reason, have started believing that when you use sunscreen, that it darkens you. They believe that, oh, they don't use sunscreen because it makes you dark. That is a big one, and yet that is the most important single product that every woman must have on her table.
So how do you apply this to your daily
Sunscreen. Oh, simple. It will be the last thing on your skin.
Okay.
After you finish with your routine,
Okay.
it must go on after your moisturizers.
Okay.
But we must specify that every sunscreen, all sunscreens are not equal.
Okay. That's another point.
Sunscreen, to work for you and work well for you, must be broad spectrum. What that means is it must have UVA and UVB protection. If it cannot offer you both, it is not working.
Okay.
And secondly, it must have the capacity for reapplication.
Okay.
It means you have to, because you used it in the morning, does not mean that that's it for the end of the day.
Okay.
They actually say reapply every 2 hours.
Okay.
But for women who go around with a full face of makeup, that is not always possible.
Okay.
But they think ahead for you. These days, there are loads of sunscreens that are now infused in makeups.
Okay.
So this touch-up has sunscreen in it, can have sunscreen in it. If it is anything less than 30 SPF for here, you're wasting your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Now, Princess Adirele, how important is skincare to you and why?
Well, maybe basically because, like any woman, I want to look good.
Okay.
I want to look presentable.
Okay.
And as I said, to me, the most important part is the body that God has given you. You should maintain it well.
Okay, so do you have any specific care routine? If you have, please share with us.
I do. No matter how tired I am at night, I make sure I cleanse my face very well. There are odd days when you just feel absolutely knocked out, and I lie down, but I struggle to make sure I attend to my face. And it's very important. I wash it, I moisturize it, I put a night cream on it. And sometimes I use a program of serum.
Okay.
There's one serum I try and use it for once a year or twice a year. So it's, I make sure I have a nightly routine. In the morning too, as it's already been said, I make sure I moisturize my face and I use a sunscreen because the sun really doesn't do us much good. The sun is good, but for the long hours we're in it, it's not a very friendly, it's not very friendly to the skin. Yeah. So I try and I avoid it. And when I was younger, we noticed our elderly people carried umbrellas, not just for rain, but against the sun. They understood better then. And so we need to shy away from the sun. We should enjoy it, but at the same time, too much of it is not. That's how I feel. Madame knows better.
Thank you very much. Now, to wrap up this segment, let's Mrs. Pamela share with us 4 basic skincare tips.
4 basic skincare tips.
Yes.
Number 1, sunscreen. Number 2, sunscreen. Number 3, sunscreen.
Wow.
Number 4, sunscreen.
Wow, wow.
But
You're really emphasizing the importance of sunscreen.
yes,
Okay.
that's just me re-emphasizing that
Okay.
everything else you have done and all the monies that you have spent will come to nothing if you do not use proper sunscreen. But steps basically make sure that you have a good wash.
Okay.
And whatever you have used at night, in the morning, do not say, oh, let me quickly run this errand quickly, and then when I come back, I will shower. No. Your night creams are active ingredients, and they don't do well daytime. So make sure to wash off your face, wash off that night cream, then go to the gym, then go out, do your gardening, do whatever, then come back, take your shower. Never leave home in the morning, especially the sun of about between 11 and 3 p.m. Those are the killers. And don't say, oh, I don't go out. No. You're in front of the computer. That's white light, that's UVA. Your phones were this, that's light. You're driving in the car, it goes through the window. If you check when you're driving, if you're driving, check here, you will notice that these places will always be darker than the rest of your body.
Sure.
If you sit on this side and this is where sun comes, check your side. This will be the darker side of your body. And that's just you sitting in an air-conditioned car. So there are loads of things that we do, even the position where you sit in your office and there's a window, just a glass window, even if there's curtains. So long as it's not closed totally, check the side of your body that is by that window. You will see the damage that the sun has done, and it is a lot. Cleanse properly, moisturize well, use your sunscreen.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Pamela and Princess Aderele Adeniran Ogunsanya. And of course, we're still discussing skincare. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to another precaution segment of Healthwise Skin Care. Good skin care and healthy lifestyle choices can help delay the natural aging process and prevent various skin problems. Here are tips to protect your skin. Protect yourself from the sun. One of the most important ways to take care of your skin is to protect it from the sun. A lifetime of sun exposure can cause wrinkles, age spots, and other skin problems. For the most complete sun protection, use sunscreen. Use a broad spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of at least 15. Apply sunscreen generously. Seek shade. Avoid the sun between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. when the sun's rays are strongest. Wear protective clothing. Cover your skin with tightly woven long-sleeved shirts, long pants, and wide-brimmed hats. Don't smoke. Smoking makes your skin look older and contributes to wrinkles. Treat your skin gently. Daily cleansing and shaving can take a toll on your skin. To keep it gentle, limit bath time. Hot water and long showers or baths remove oils from your skin. Use warm rather than hot water. Avoid strong soaps. Strong soaps and detergents can strip oil from your skin. Instead, choose mild cleansers. Shave carefully. To protect and lubricate your skin, apply shaving cream, lotion, or gel before shaving. Pat dry. After washing or bathing, gently pat or blot your skin dry with a towel so that some moisture remains on your skin. Moisturize dry skin. If your skin is dry, use a moisturizer that fits your skin type. For daily use, consider moisturizer that contains SPF. Hope you had a nice time. See you same time next week for another interesting episode. Bye for now.
Well, skincare refers to the total nourishment of the skin, which otherwise will also extend to the body.
Okay.
And there are two aspects to it. You talk about health care and you can talk about cosmetic care.
Skincare routine is, basically determined by the skin type that you have.
Okay.
And the skin type that you have, whether it's dry, normal, oily, combination, sensitive, is dependent on many other factors like genetics. That means if your parents have beautiful skin, yes, probability, it happens sometimes.